Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Black Knights Weekly. I'm Nick DeSanctis, bringing you along for a closer look inside Army athletics. This week we'll meet Army's Director of Strength and Conditioning, talk to a men's basketball player having quite the new year, and get an inside look at an Army women's basketball practice. We'll begin today with our Army one-on-one. Scott Swanson is the Director of Strength and Conditioning for athletics here at Army. Swanson, a former football player at Wake Forest, had his career cut short due to injury. That's now a primary focus of he and his staff as they work for injury prevention. Scott Swanson, this week's Army one-on-one.
My career started with an injury when I played at Wake Forest University when I was a football player down there. And I was no longer able to play, so I started assisting in the weight room for about 2.5 years prior to graduation. And at that point in time, I was hired full-time as a full-time assistant at Wake Forest. Coached there for 3.5 years, and then came to West Point as an assistant in 1995. After a 2-year stint here as an assistant, traveled out west to Stanford University, spent 97, 98 out there, and then was hired back here as the director. It's kind of come full circle, the strength field. We've seen evolution from combinations of coaches that used to use a lot of machines at one point in time, and then it transferred back to using more barbell work. So you've seen the cycle come in strength training. I think the big evolution now is the technology that's coming into play with instant video, video feedback for student athletes, and being able to give them those pictures immediately after doing an exercise in the weight room. As a strength coach, our first thing is injury prevention, and that's why we do what we do in this field. So we prioritize, the neck and trap region for any of our contact sports, whether it be football, wrestling, ice hockey, those big collision sports. So we're going to emphasize that area first, and then from there we'll train the hips, thighs, the lower body, that explosive lower body power. Here at West Point, worked with the '96 bowl team when we won from that side of it. The women's basketball championship that we won, working with Maggie Dixon and her team here. So I've had a lot of great experiences working with every sport imaginable that we've had. The cadet athletes, that's what drives me, that's what keeps me here, working with these young men and women, and then trying to help them after their careers here at West Point. When they go on into the big Army, I email out a workout to 450, 500 former athletes almost every day. So they continue to ask me for workout programs, whether they've been overseas or here in the States.
It's time for this week's Cadet Spotlight. Tanner Plum of the men's basketball team has seen a boost in his numbers since the start of Patriot League play, highlighted by a 29.10 rebound outing against Holy Cross. Had the chance to sit down and talk to him about what changed between last year and this year and what he's worked on to better his game. Tanner Plum, this week's Cadet Spotlight.
Well, as a team, we started off a little slow, and I think everybody can tell that. But really, once Christmas hit, we picked it up. The game right before Christmas, actually, against Rutgers was like a huge turning point for us, I think. And we've been able to pull off a bunch of wins since then. Personally, I feel like my game elevated about the same time it did. I've been able to contribute more to the team since that period. My outside shot was a little off, actually really off last year, and that's something I worked really hard in the off season and then the beginning of this season to try and get a 3-point percentage up, and then when that goes up, it opens up other looks for you to make the game easier. I mean, it is kind of weird because we're so young, but it's also awesome at the same time because we're going to be together for 4 years. And you can definitely tell that there's a bond already sophomore year and even last year, freshman year. And it's just going to continue to grow, and I think as a team we'll continue to grow also. Basketball definitely played a role in coming here, but it really is an experience that is just unmatched by anywhere else you go. And the facilities and all the people are just amazing, so it was really hard to pass up. And our goal as a team since day one is the Patriot League championship, so that's what we're working for every day. and we're preparing ourselves for one game at a time through practice, but ultimately our goal is the championship. Surprisingly, Larry Toomey is actually a really good dancer, and we enjoy when he does that. So, my name is Tanner Plum, class of 2016. Go Army basketball.
Recently honored for becoming the winningest coach in the history of the program, Dave McGarity is the head of the Army women's basketball team. We had the chance to mic up McGarity, follow him around at practice as his team prepared to take on Loyola on Saturday. It's this week's Army X's and O's.
We didn't really have a chance. I mean, I really wanted to watch some clips from our game last night because I think that when you play that well, especially that second half performance, I mean, I don't want to minimize that, and I don't want you to think that we don't appreciate the effort and what we did. Having said that, first thing I said to the staff was, well, we're going to watch that when they went on an 11-0 run to start the game. I don't think we need to worry about challenge every game, but I think this is a game where, to me, it's about, did we learn our lesson? And what I said in the film is true. And they have played their best basketball on the road. They really have. All right, what do you got?
1, 2, 3, together!
All right, here we go. Here we go, ladies. Split up evenly, both ends. We're going to go Stanford shooting, 120 and 3 from elbows. Okay, step into your shot. Get yourself squared. Good job. Good job. Good shot. Good shot. There you go. Shot, Allie. Here you go. Watch your feet. That's it. That's it. Good job, Danny. Good job, Dan. Get lower. That's it, Bridget. Get lower. Catch the ball. Get low. Get low. There you go. Good job. See, when you get lower, you have such better control of your body. Because when you're straight up and down, Amy, you're like, and even when you don't travel, it looks like you travel. I mean, a lot of your travels probably really aren't travels. That's a good move, Amy. Good job, good job. Stay low. You got to rip and look to go power slide if it's there. Look at her diving. And then you got skip, skip. And then you got single pass out if you don't have it, okay? And then continuity-wise, we'll talk about that when we bring everybody together. Might be a bounce pass, too. Mix it up. Might be a bounce pass to her.
Get down the net. Get down the net. Let's go.
All right, let's walk through this, though. Let's walk through this set. Okay? Here, down.
Last today, we hand the microphone off to the women's basketball team for 15 seconds with Army Athletics.
Hi, I'm Shelby Lindsay.
And I'm Danny Failer. Come watch us beat Loyola this weekend.
At Crystal Arena at 1 o'clock.
Go Army Women's Basketball!
Remember to like the Black Knights on Facebook, follow on Twitter at Army Athletics, and for news and updates anytime, visit GoArmySports.com. Thanks so much for joining us on this week's edition of Black Knights Weekly. Until next time, for Night Vision, I'm Nick DeSanctis.